I am about to beat every lap record in Formula One. We are running the Red Bull X 2010, what is a fantasy car designed by Red Bull back in a Gran Turismo game long back in the day. And it is extreme power, extreme grip, great stomping power, all in one car. And I can't beat F1 track records in a fair game, so we're going to do it the cheap way. That's the point of this video here. I'm about to demolish every track lap record, fair and square. Now, the Bahrain track record that we're looking to beat is going to actually be a 131.447. Let's see if we can beat it here now as our lap is well underway. Over 250 miles per hour down towards turn one. Get this thing stopped on the apex. Actually, a really good turn one right there. I mean, you can basically full throttle as soon as you exit a corner here with this car, and it just stops so well as we go down to second gear. Let it roll through the corner, hard on the gas. The grip is insane. We go through these S's right here down to third gear. Actually missed the apex a little bit, but we're okay. Get up over top of the curbs, no big deal. Down to first gear we go. A little bit wide there, but not too concerning now as we head towards turn number 10. One of my most hated corners in Formula One, up over the curbs right there. No DRS really even needed for this car as we continue to top over well over 200 miles per hour. I'll even play it safe through this series of corners just to get this car around here now as we're trying to build some confidence. But actually pushing wide there, and we actually have a bit of a moment, so that's going to be something we got to pay attention to. Car does understeer a little bit, surprisingly now, but I think we're going to beat the track record. I think we're going to be okay as we head down towards this final turn, down to second gear, a little wide on the curbs, and we are going to come to the line. What is it going to be? It is a 113.226. It was close. We barely held on, but we beat the track record in Bahrain. Lewis Hamilton, a 1:30 lap time that we're looking to beat here in Jeddah. Now as we're going to get underway down towards turn one. This one I'm actually concerned about. I'm going to brake pretty early for this first turn. Get down into first gear. Oh my goodness, this car is absolutely insane. I love it. Getting over those curbs right there. We'll head down towards the S's section. Down to second gear, a little bit wide, no big deal. Can I go full throttle through here? I don't think so. No, we can't. Kind of like Bahrain, it does understeer a little bit. I'm surprised by that, how the lack of understeer is, or the too much understeer as we head down towards this long sweeping left-hander. Oh, we go wide again. This has been an ugly lap, but it's going to be okay, of course, now as we continue on and head through the next chicane. This one's kind of thrown me off so far, but this is so much fun to drive. The cheapest way possible, like I said, to ever beat a Formula One track record in a Formula-style car. But hey, it is what it is. I didn't make the rules. Yes, I did, actually. Expo 2020 Dubai. Here we go. Down towards the final hairpin. Brake about the 100, just like F1, actually. Let it swing around the corner. A little bit wide on the exit, but to the line. We're going to come through. Well, it's got to be right about a minute, right? I would assume. It is a 113 again, just like Bahrain, actually. Interesting. So, once again, beating the track record. Close call, but now we'll move on to the next circuit. In an attempt to make this more fair, I've gone to the old version of Melbourne, Albert Park, and we have to beat a 124, basically, set by Michael Schumacher back in 2004. I think this, playing the same layout will make it a lot closer of a lap time, and maybe he can actually hold on to that track record. Let's wait and see, however, now as we go through this first sector. Pretty good, beautiful sights there of Melbourne. In the distance, a little wide again. I keep forgetting about the understeer. I haven't driven through this old version of Melbourne in forever. I do remember we have a chicane coming up like right up here. There it is. We'll slow down for it and down to second gear. Hit the apex pretty well. And then, of course, the most fun chicane in Formula One coming up here in a moment. You might notice double shifting up. That is not voluntary. That is an issue with my wheel that I'm working on getting a new wheel right now. But nonetheless, continuing to just absolutely shatter records here in Formula One today. This is a record-breaking and groundbreaking day, I would say, for the sport and for myself. You know, setting all these records. I think all the brand deals are going to be on the way here momentarily. Out of the final turn, bit of oversteer. I don't think it's going to impact us too much. To the line, it's a 110. We beat the track record by over 10 seconds. Let's move on to Baku. We have to beat a 143.0 set by Charles Leclerc back in 2019 here in Baku. Actually, a great looking circuit here in Assetto Corsa now, as pretty happy with the first few corners down towards turn number 2. Pretty good. There we go. And up through the gears we go. How quick can we get on that front straightaway? That's the question that I'm going to have now, because we're going to hit about 250 here on this straight. I didn't think I was going to get down into the corner. I thought that was going to be certain death, but so far, so good. Actually, this car is fantastic around here. I feel like this is a track that actually really suits the style of this futuristic Formula car. As we get ready to go through the castle section, we could play it a little bit safe in the castle section. I'm going to see how far we can quite chuck it down in here. There we go. Yeah, definitely could have been a bit more aggressive through there. Goodness gracious. All right, there we go. We've gotten the hard part of the lap out of the way. Now it's more, let's have some fun. Of course, you have the little downhill, deceleration, maybe into the barrier. Dead. Okay, we're okay. We're all right. We seem to make one mistake per lap of these tracks that we do. But here we go. Oh, a big moment there. We save it. We're not going to quite be able to get up to speed as much as I was hoping. Probably going to have to lift a little bit right there, and let's just let this thing go and see what we have. 250. 260. Do I see 270? I do. Do I see 280? No, we don't. 270, and we beat the record easily, a 122.392. We're here in Miami looking to beat a 126.8 set by Max Verstappen. Of course, they've only come to Miami a couple times now, so a very new circuit to the calendar in Formula 1, and I think we're going to set a modern-day record here today, which I'm a big fan of now as we head through the S's section now. Definitely got to be in mind about that understeer. Go through this long sweeping left-hander. Then we, of course, have that sharp lefty. And then we get to go up to speed here and see what this car is capable of pulling. We know the speed can be about 270 miles per hour as we head down this long straightaway. We're going to get close to the 270, but not quite. And down to first gear. Keep it within the track limits here. Go through the sweeping right-hander. This is more of an uphill. Oh my god, this is... Alright, I'm going to do a stop and go to make it fair right there. I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll still beat the track record. We come through under the little overpass there, and I feel like this is going to be, what, a minute 15 area into the final turn. Here we go. I'm pretty happy with this lap aside from the little stop and go that we had to serve. Does Verstappen keep the track record? It's going to be close to the line. What's it going to be? A 109. Verstappen, it was close, but not close enough. We have to beat a 1 minute 15 second lap set by Lewis Hamilton here in Imola now, as we got the 2022 actually version of this circuit here as we head down towards this first corner. I wasn't very confident going into there, so I kind of played it safe now. We have Monaco next, by the way. That's going to be a really interesting one. But down through the gears, just get this thing to rotate. There we go. Pretty happy with that. Down through the hairpin, down to first gear. Maybe didn't even need first gear, to be honest. But this car, so much fun to drive. You can just hook it up and just throw it practically wherever you want. There's still mistakes to be made, as you can see. We go wide right there after catching a little bit of the grass. This is going to be an interesting one here. Down through the gears, get through down to second. Okay, not too bad. As we head towards the chicane, brake at about just past the 100 is what I'm going to do. Could have been a little bit more aggressive right there. But, you know, I think this is going to be a close one with Hamilton's 115 as we head down towards the final couple of corners. I don't like my chances here. I don't know how I didn't just bin it totally right there. Through the final turn, what's it going to be? To the line, past the DRS zone. Here's the line. It's going to be, oh, we got to go down here. My bad. 103.5. It was close, but it's a new track record. It's Monaco, baby. We're looking to beat a 112.9 set by Lewis Hamilton here as we head down towards turn number 1. Can I get around this circuit with this unbelievable car without killing myself? We're going to find out now as we head up the elevation. I'm in the wall once. That's 1. Put the counter up. Nearly 2. Goodness gracious. This thing is hooked up, but I'm going way too hard there through the hairpin. And now, of course, the famous hairpin in Monaco. Go around. Oh, my God. It doesn't turn. But it works. We get the job done so far. Down towards the tunnel we go. High-speed zone. Really one of 2 high-speed zones around this circuit. It just doesn't turn. It's crazy how it actually understeers so much. Through the chicane, though, it hooks up so well. Look at that chicane. Absolutely fabulous now as we go down to third. Into the barrier. Yep, okay. We continue on. And through the final chicane on this circuit. Oh my God, this car is just demonic here. Actually, this has not been a good one. But I think it's going to be, you know, good enough to beat the track record. Here we go. Out of the final turn to the line. What's it going to be? New track record? Oh, baby. Yes, it is. 59 seconds. It was close, but it's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 1:16.7 set by none other than Lewis Hamilton here in Catalunya. Can we do it? You know, they've all been so close so far now as I'm braking way early there into turn one and nearly pay the price for it, actually. We know the car is going to understeer on corners like this, so we just kind of, you know, prepare for it now because I actually know it's going to happen as we head down towards the braking zone. We're running on the old layout that the lap record was set in Catalunya, so we do have that nasty chicane right at the end of the lap, which thank goodness, of course, they have since gotten rid of that after we suffered through it for so many seasons. And the racing, of course, I mean, not necessarily greater, but just still a better addition now as we head through the DRS zone, down towards the hairpin, get down to second, down to first, let it swing around the left side, hard on the gas pedal, up through the gears briefly, trying to not go off track right there. And here we go, we got to kind of get used to the older version, turn right there. Then, of course, we got the left right chicane. Pretty good, actually. Felt like one of my better laps all day so far. Around the final turn, what's it gonna be? Back to the line, a 1:04. It was close, but it's a new track record. A 1:13.0 from Valtteri Bottas. That's what we're looking to beat here in Montreal, my home circuit, of course, now in Formula 1. We get through the first couple corners with no issues. This needs to be a banger lap. This is one we got to focus in. I got to make, of course, the Canadian crowd proud that they're witnessing, I mean, just iconic moments here. Formula 1 records being absolutely shattered today as we go down to second gear, catch a little bit of grass. That's no big deal. We continue on, and this track, a lot of fun to drive no matter what kind of car you really bring here. NASCAR, Formula 1, really anything in between as well. But through the chicane, boom, this feels like a great lap so far. It could still be a bit more aggressive on the driving, but there's not necessarily a need to be too aggressive on the driving. Go way wide at the hairpin there. But that's all right. We head down the long back straightaway, and of course we have the famous chicane with the Wall of Champions to focus in on next. Here we go. This is the one I'm concerned about. We'll just go down through the gears, let it roll through there. Okay, pretty good. It's going to be coming back to the line. What's the time? It's a 58.4. It was close, but it's a new track record. We are looking to beat a 105.6 from Carlos Sainz here in Spielberg, Austria now. I think this one could be a close one. Let's wait and see. This will probably be the quickest lap we turn all day in terms of time. This track's a bit bumpy, actually. But going up through the elevation, here we go to the braking zone. All right. I wasn't very confident we were going to get anywhere close to the apex, but we were only a little ways off. But down towards, turn number 4 now. Gonna play it a little bit cautious here after learning what I did in the last one, and pretty happy with that, actually. There's a beautiful bowl over there now as we continue towards the double left-hander. Definitely could have been more aggressive right there. Let's see if we can make up a little bit of time right here. Maybe not. Going a little bit too deep. I think we're going to be okay, though, when it comes to the track record. Not too concerned about that. As we head down towards the last couple corners, a little wide again, and through the final turn. Oh, it's a sloppy lap. Not pretty, but to the line. What's it going to be? A 53.9. It was close, but it's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 1 minute 24 second lap set by Lewis Hamilton, of course, here in Silverstone. Now, as we head down towards this first corner, I felt like I needed to slow down there. I think we made the right call on that one. Now, I'm going by qualifying records, by the way. I know, like, lap records only count for races, if I'm not mistaken, like the race lap record, but I don't care about that. We're looking at the qualifying record. We're going to be beating them either way, no matter which one we go by. But nonetheless, down towards the long, sweeping left-hander, through the right-hander, of course, iconic section of racetrack we're coming up on here from 2021 between Sir Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Fortunately, we're not going side-by-side into comps with anybody, and I'm still going off like the Red Bull did. But we continue without any issues. The car just does not hook up like you would expect it to in those specific corners. Not a big deal. We kind of manage it as we go. And I think we're still going to be able to, beat that lap time. It might be a little bit close now, but nonetheless, going towards the final couple of corners, get down the gears, throttle up hard from third, down towards the final chicane. Let's see what we got. Pretty happy with that one, actually. That was really, really nice. Through the final turn, it's going to be close. What is it? It is going to be a 112. It was close, but it's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 116 set by Lewis Hamilton here in the Hungaroring here as we head down towards turn number 1. Break about that 100 marker, get through this first turn. That feels a lot sharper than it should be, but nonetheless, we're all right. We continue on here down towards the corner where, if I remember correctly, Verstappen and Ricciardo, last time they were teammates, had a bit of a run in there. Of course, they had their fair share of run-ins towards the end of Ricciardo at Red Bull. Specifically, we, of course, remember Azerbaijan. Down towards the chicane, of course, you can make or break your lap right here. I would say we made it pretty well. Actually, through the next S's, I would say, is one of the better laps we've ran. I'm really happy with this one. Oh god, I just messing up now, but overall it's still not too bad. Here we go, towards the final turn. It might be close. Out of the final turn, LG sponsors the bridge. We crossed the line. What's it going to be, a 102? It was close, but it's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 142.2 by none other than Lewis Hamilton here in Spa as we head down towards this first corner. Can we do it? You know, every lap we've done, you know, with this futuristic prototype of a Red Bull Formula style car, we have been able to just barely beat the track records. I'm just kidding. We've absolutely manhandled. We're going to slow down, make up for that, and then we continue on. A very fun section of racetrack right here to go through. Spa is one of the best racetracks in the world for racing, in my opinion. It's just such a fun track to drive, well designed, as we head down towards a corner that I don't think this car is going to like. Yeah, it does not really care for it. A little bit wide. We were able to manage it pretty well as we head towards the next couple corners. Get down through the gears. Probably can work through third. Hard on the gas pedal there. This car really likes Spa. I gotta say, these corners are designed very well for this car, aside from the long sweeping left-hander. Goodness gracious. All right, here we go down into the chicane, a little bit deep there. What's it going to be? Out of the final chicane and to the line, it's going to be a 126. It was close, but it's a new track record. I'm on a bit older version of Zandvoort, but we're looking to beat a 108 set by Max Verstappen. Hamilton holds the race lap record time, but Verstappen holds the quickest lap record with a Formula One car around here in general. Of course, this corner is so heavily banked. IRL now, I am pretty happy with how this car is driving through here so far. Oh, dear God, I say that. We're nearly dying. I don't know how it's going to hook up through here. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm going to let off the gas. Definitely a good call on that one. We swing left, we swing back to the right. This car just doesn't really feel like it wants to hook up very well around Zandvoort. Not surprising, but overall it's still a pretty good lap going for us here. And through the penultimate corner, a little bit of a slip and slide right there. Let off the gas, make sure we get around the corner to the line. What's it going to be? Is it a 108? It's a 58.8. It was close, but it's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 118 set by Lewis Hamilton, of course, here in Monza, as we have the very high speed run towards turn one, and really have to slow this car down, of course, to make that chicane, but overall pretty good right there. We're in the last part of the F1 calendar now, but we got some fun tracks on the way, of course, with Yas Marina, Sao Paulo, as well as Qatar, which I'm excited for. That was a really rough chicane, but we're all right. Not much to a lap when it comes to Monza. Oh my god, I've just completely botched the final turn. This might make it close. Is it going to be enough to beat a 118 to the line? It's a 106. It was close, but a new track record. We're looking to beat a 130.9 from Carlos Sainz, who set the record on the new layout of Singapore. We're running, I think, on the old layout. I actually don't know. We're going to find out the hard way, I think. But my favorite track in the world is Singapore. So, you know, I would be delighted to continue my streak of lap records today right here where I love. Oh, this car is just absolutely hooked up. You got the beautiful Singapore skyline that we're looking at right in front of us as we get ready for the little chicane. And then, of course, we go through the left, then the right, then the hairpin right here, as I'm going to brake pretty early for this one. Actually, think we braked at about the perfect time. Do we have a chicane, or not a chicane, a long straight coming up? Does not appear so. Does not appear so. So we'll turn right here. And, we definitely have, sure enough, the old layout. I think it's going to be okay, though. I'm not too concerned about that track record yet. We've run a really good lap so far. Down the gears, through a final couple of corners. Let's see what it's going to be now. A little bit wide, not a big deal. And through towards the final turn. What's it going to be? Wide again in the final turn. But we still beat the record, not by much, but it's a track record in Singapore. We're looking to beat a 120.8 set by Lewis Hamilton in qualifying back in like 2021. Japan, no longer on the calendar here, unfortunately. I couldn't find a mod that would get it to work, like no matter what I did. It was weird. But we know we know we were going to beat it anyway. So now it's all the F1 tracks minus Suzuka. As we head through these very, very fun corners. This game is an absolute blast to drive, but you look at this track as well in F123 even. It is so much fun to drive this track. I really, really enjoy LaSalle, but nonetheless, the racing maybe isn't always the best, although the race this year was pretty decent, but the sprint was quite chaotic as well. But overall, feels like a very good lap on our hands here. All right, we just got to make it through one more corner. Let's see what it'll be. Down to third, a little wind, that's okay. Out of the final turn, to the line. Will we beat Hamilton's lap time? I think we will. It's a long run down towards the first corner. We do with a 109. It was close, but it's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 132 flat here in Coda, set by Valtteri Bottas. It's really apparent at this point just how incredible the Mercedes car was, you know, in that 2018, 2019, all the way through to about 2021 era. They were just so good. Of course, as the cars continue to get quicker, oh my goodness, through the S is not very pretty, but I mean, that era of Formula One was just absolutely insane with the pace that the cars were finding. But personally, I love that era so much as well. I wish we could kind of have that back right now. Of course, the F1 cars right now, a lot slower than they were, you know, just a few years back. It is what it is. As the teams continue to learn and we keep the same car, of course, they'll find ways to get them faster and faster, and we'll eventually be back to where we were. Really, really good through there. As we get ready to shape up through the long, sweeping right-hander, not quite sure how this one's going to hold on. It holds on all right as we head down towards the penultimate corner. Pretty safe. Pretty confident we're going to beat Bottas's lap time, but let's see. Through the final turn, out of it we go, and it's a 1:15. It was close, but it's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 1:14.7 here in Mexico. A long run down towards that first corner. Of course, this is a track I've got a lot of history of success at in the F1 games. I don't know what it is, but I've always gelled well with this circuit. Just a really fun track to drive as well. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. We make it relatively well through the chicane. Could have been quite a bit better, of course, now as we head down towards the next heavy braking zone. And we have this unique section of circuit right here. I really like this little stretch where you have this little short run, then you have that quick double right-hander, and then you're hard back on the gas pedal, and then you head down towards the S's section right here. We'll go down to about third gear, just kind of let the car coast through, because you cannot push this machine very hard through these sections, of course. It just doesn't want to turn still. Into the braking zone we go. All right, could have been a little bit better. Down to first gear we go. I'm pretty happy with this lap. Like I said, overall, it could be better. Every lap we've done today could have been, for sure, better. Hard on the gas. Do we beat the 1:14? It's going to be close. It's a 1 minute flat. It's a new track record. We're looking to beat a 107.2 here in Interlagos now, in what I consider to be one of the best racing circuits in the world. Absolutely love this one. Can you believe there was a moment there where I was good at this game? Goodness gracious. But there was a moment where they were talking about getting rid of this track and building a brand new one in Brazil. I mean, absolutely insane. A terrible lap I'm running so far, however. But this track is just a blast to drive with any style of vehicle here. Now as we get hard on the brakes, ride over the curbs a little bit, then of course go over the left side curbs. The car really likes to react to the curbs here in Interlagos, but nonetheless, it's a pretty good lap we got going for us in terms of time. Could have been better. Oh my goodness, okay, that was not ideal, but it's still going to be probably enough to set the track record here. Now as we head through the final couple of corners, what is it going to be? The long run down the straightaway, we're going to go up towards 260 miles per hour. It's a 56.1. It was close, but it's a new track record. A lap record has not been set in Las Vegas, obviously, so we're just kind of setting our own record right here for, you know, either someone to beat on YouTube that wants to challenge it or something, or for, you know, the guys in F1 to try and beat it. Good luck with that one. They even have the ball, the sphere building. Now that is sick. This is a track I'm still kind of not familiar with, so this is not going to be a pretty lap. But nonetheless, you know, Formula One comes here in the coming weeks. Oh my goodness, this has been a rough, scrappy lap so far. But yeah, they'll be coming here in just a few weeks' time, I think it is, and going to be an interesting one. Even here in Canada, the timing of this Grand Prix is absolutely abysmal. Like, I probably won't even be watching it just because of how bad it is. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to Vegas, but I do know we have this extremely long straightaway right here, right down the Las Vegas Strip. An absolutely beautiful scene. which is basically going to make the whole race. That's the whole point of it. Beautiful fountain here on the right, and up here somewhere is a braking zone right there. We're just going to brake early, make sure we get through this without any issues. There we go. And, you know, we're going to set our own track record here momentarily when we come around this final turn. And what is it going to be? It is a 1:13.902. So we set the track record. Let's move on to the final one. We're looking to beat a 122.1 here in Abu Dhabi to end this lap record challenge video, you know, which has come down to, you know, close ones every single time. Understeered galore right there. We head down towards the hairpin, and here we go down to first gear, and let's just let it hook up hard on the gas. It's really cool that they got an airplane flying over this circuit. Most of these tracks we've done today are my first times ever racing on them in Assetto Corsa with the mods and whatnot. But here we go down towards the chicane, and pretty good lap we've got going so far. Hard on that gas pedal, no DRS needed for us as we head down the next long stretch towards that newly added hairpin in 2021. Here we go. Let it just kind of come to us there. Hard on the gas pedal again. And this is a pretty good hooked up lap here to have a nice send off. Now down through the gears. Look at the reflections. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. This is, I mean, so pretty, and it's kind of distracting me. Through the final couple of corners, it has been a fun ride here, breaking records all day long. We have made Formula One history out of the final turn to the line, and sure enough, a 108, it was close, but it's a new track record. Once again, we've beat all the track records, aside from the one that we literally couldn't, of Suzuka. That's going to wrap it up for me. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.